Hello and welcome to Wild Rivers Film Radio on KCIW LP 100.7 FM. I'm Rick McNamer. Today I'm joined by actor and producer Sarah Lee, whose performance in Sorry We're Dead earned her the 2025 Wild Rivers Film Festival Best Actress Award. We gratefully thank our 2025 presenting sponsor, the Tallawahdaini Nation, along with Oregon's Wild Rivers Coast, Sutter Coast Hospital, and the City of Brookings. Learn more about supporting the festival at wildriversfilmfestival.com. If you're new to Wild Rivers Film Festival, welcome. Each August, we celebrate independent film in Brookings with screenings, panels, Q&As, and special events. This year's festival takes place August 13th through the 16th, and passes are available now. So I screened the film Sorry We're Dead earlier today, and was thoroughly entertained and charmed. Just a great film. So Sarah, welcome and congratulations again on your Best Actress Award.
Thank you so much, Rick. It's really very, very thrilled and honored to be here, and I'm glad you like the film.
Oh, I'm sure everybody who watches it is going to enjoy that film. So what was your first reaction when you read the script for Sorry We're Dead?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say, so me and Alex actually worked on two short films prior to this feature film. So we knew it was in the works, but especially when I got so we already have that, relationship built and really loved working with each other. But in terms of, which is wonderful to kind of like build on top of that. And it just made kind of working together again just so easy.
Yeah.
But in terms of the script, it was just like so innovative. Like I was really blown away by the script when I read it. It was just something that I've never seen before. It's so funny. It has it's very much a love letter to film and filmmaking.
Yeah.
But done in a very smart and just hilarious manner that I just never seen before. So I thought it was just a testament to just what a wonderful creative and artist Alex is.
Wow. Well, that's great. Now, so you have worked with other directors and writers, I assume. So I have to ask you, what drew you to this character?
Yeah, I would say she's just very different from who I personally am. I think that's such a joy as an actor to be able to portray, a character that is so different from me, and being able to really, investigate and be curious about someone who is, so complex, and also there's so many layers to her. Um, but I think she's just at the end of the day, just really a lover of an artist. And
Yeah.
I definitely relate to that aspect, as an artist myself, and just understanding just how it can be challenging, this journey that we're on as artists, and being able to really bring that to life.
Yeah.
And told him just such a very, poignant way. I think
Yeah.
that's,
Right.
yeah.
Well, and I guess as an actress, I mean, that's what you have to do, right? Go to varied parts and go into a complete different personality than you actually are at times.
Yes.
Yeah. So was there anything immediately familiar or unsettling about her?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, the connection of, a- being an artist definitely was like a connection that I understood, just the challenges of being an artist, and the realities of being an artist, and also, trying to survive and make a living and live in the realities of the world. Um, I would say, in terms of, I don't know if there's anything unsettling about her. I think, being able to really investigate why she's how she is,
Yeah.
was really thrilling. And also, I think a lot of how she is as a character, as a person, as really, it basically stems from a lot of her past and her experiences, and that's kind of like, the exciting part about being an actor is really to build that backstory and really creating that character of, why maybe certain choices or certain decisions really drove them
Mm.
to grow and evolve into this type of person or this kind of character.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, did you sense the emotional weight right away? Because there was quite a range of emotions throughout that movie, throughout the film.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I felt like just the journey of not I think so. I think there's a little bit of a tragedy in the sense that she, is so passionate about filmmaking and loves this art and wants to be able to make it for a living,
Mm.
but isn't able to do that. And I think that there's a tragedy in that, and
Yeah.
there's that kind of emotional um piece of also, feeling misunderstood, being in this environment where she's not able to really be like really, express the art that she wants to. I think that also gives a sense of like loneliness as well and being not really feeling like understood by the world and kind of her environment. So I think that was really fun to play with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and look, a lot of us go through that too in our own lives. You might have one career we might be doing okay, and but boy, there's another career we wish we either could have had or keep trying, keep trying. As
Yeah.
much as we can.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
your character carries so much internal tension, and you can certainly feel it throughout the film. A lot of it in comedic ways that made me laugh a lot. So
Yeah.
how did you prepare for that role?
Yeah. A lot of preparation. I would say kind of taking inspiration from, all sorts of maybe just w- really trying to build that backstory, and then from that building that backstory, taking inspiration from like, art that I am, coming up against and seeing in the world, music. Um, I would say a lot of my prep involves also rehearsals. I've did some training in theater, so I really loved that everyone on all the cast members were open to rehearsing with me, and I loved being able to do that, and I thought that really brought kind of the closeness and the dynamics that you see are so real because we've really helped create that. And I think Alex created a wonderful environment where everyone was it felt like family. It just felt like, you're making such a fun film with like, really cool friends and family, and just it felt very safe.
Wow, that's got to be huge. Now, you said theater, so have you've done live theater also?
Yeah, in the beginning, yes. Right now I do mostly kind of film and commercials and TV, but yeah, I did start in the theater.
Oh, no, no, that I think that's great. Now you do commercials on TV though also, huh?
Hmm.
So, oh,
Yeah.
well, that's a good way to make a living, I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you build a backstory that never appears on the screen?
Yeah, I would say that yes, absolutely. I think a lot of the what you see for the movie is just kind of that moment in her life. There's so much of her past that you don't see, the moments leading up to the movie that you don't see. And that's all like, things that we as actors and get to really create, which is the fun part of being able to build, what were the moments leading up to this particular story in the movie, and how did she get here? I think that all really helps inform the character and the characterization as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
How roughly how long did that production take?
Yeah, I would say it was a pretty fast one.
Oh,
Let's see, I'm trying to think. It might have been maybe 10 to 15 days of shoot. I know we had some pickup shots, and we had to film part of it in the pandemic. So I think there was like a pandemic, like a COVID
delay.
scare. So we have to like, yeah, so we had to stop. production for a little bit, and then we convened later in the month, just because we wanted to make sure that everyone was really safe and tested all the time. So um, I think that, yeah, it was a very interesting experience having shot the film during the pandemic.
Yeah, that one I could. Yeah, we all had interesting experiences during that. That's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So, and I noticed throughout a lot of the film, that just a lot of just close up facial emotion. You could feel what you were going through. How did you approach the restraint and silence doing those scenes?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say just being in the moment, and really playing off of, what the environment is giving off, what um the other actors are giving off as well. I think a lot of the usually when you're on set and you're in the scene, you got to be there.
Yeah.
All the prep work that you've done, it just kind of somehow is melt. You hope that it comes through and shines through. You just have to trust that it's all there, and you just stay present in the moment. I think Alex was just wonderful to be able to give direction, but also just have space to really, play and live in the character and in the moment.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, and you said since it wasn't like that character really wasn't like you, so what helped you access that character's inner life?
Yeah, I would say lots of research, kind of building that backstory, really creating that, trying to really just understand why she makes those particular decisions, why she says, those particular things, how, why. I think that the question of why was really important for me
Okay.
to really
Yeah.
have a better understanding and really continue to investigate and dive into the motivations and um, have a better understanding of the character.
Okay. Yeah. So you now you've already answered a lot of this, but Alex seems like a wonderful director, and I believe he also wrote is a writer. Um, so what was it like working with Alex as a director? But you've pretty much answered that. It was a pretty good time.
Yeah, he was wonderful. I mean, I just really appreciated the kind of relationship that we built from the short films that we've made together, and I felt like it was just a continuation of just a fun time that we had on these shorts and being able to really translate that into a feature. But yeah, there's just so much trust, and it was such a cared for set. Everyone was just like, so wonderful to work with. It was just a very fun environment, and that was all just a testament to Alex and just really trust. Really him providing that north star of just what a wonderful script that he wrote.
Wow.
And everything was just there on the page, and we really just
Yeah,
had.
that's awesome. Sometimes you hear the stories about these other bigger movies and the actors and actresses fighting amongst each other. It doesn't sound like that happens at all on this film.
No, not at all. Yeah, we were really lucky. Everyone was. It was
And I
just.
think you could sense that watching that too. Yeah, everybody seemed to be having a good time. How many films have you made with Alex?
So this is our first feature. We did two other shorts.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. And how did your collaboration evolve over the shoot? Again, it seems like not a no-brainer, but it seems like everything just went along so well.
Yeah, I felt like it just deepened our trust and I felt like a lot of the times we were able to be pretty fast and efficient with the shots just because I felt like it was such a shorthand, and I felt like we both trusted each other's kind of vision for the character.
Yeah.
So it was really it just felt very easy.
Wow.
And just fun. I don't yeah, I felt like it just deepened our trust, and we just allowed for a little bit more play too, just because we knew, okay, we got that shot, or
Hmm.
it was a pretty quick, it was quick to get there, so we were able to maybe find other time to just maybe find a different way to play that particular scene.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, again, it all sounds wonderful, but there had to be maybe some challenges. Were there scenes that challenged you the most?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say probably, I mean, obviously some of the more emotional
Yeah.
things are challenging in a way that, you understand that it needs to go a certain way, and I think those were, and especially the one particular kind of climax um in the scene
Uh-huh.
was a little difficult, just because, like, me and Anna Marie, who plays Monica, she's
Yeah.
a wonderful actress.
Yeah.
She like we just had such a great friendship on set, so it was like that felt like we were both like dreading, just because we didn't want to have to get into an argument.
Right.
So I think that was the maybe tough part.
Okay.
I mean, I think also just the first day of set, just the nerves of,
Yeah.
you know, of creating that, having that character, that and portraying that on the first day, I think is always challenging, just because of the nerves of first day of shoot, and getting that particular establishing shot, I think, is also
Yeah.
super important, and informs the entire rest of the character in the film. So I think that's always, I think, for me personally, like a nerve-wracking
Okay.
part.
Well, like I said, watch it. It seemed so everybody it just seemed to work well together just watching the film. Now, I wasn't there, but it just sounds like that's how it went. So, probably any unexpectedly joyful or grounding moments on the set, but I think there were plenty of those. That was the way it sounded.
Yeah, I think just every day was just a joy. Everyone, like, it was just truly a fun set, like, from the cast to the crew, like, everyone just, you know, you could tell everyone really cared about this production,
Yeah.
and took a lot of care and a lot of thought into, kind of what they were doing, um, and it just felt like everyone was so generous and just taking care of each other. I thought that was just so beautiful, and I think very much like an ensemble piece, really,
Yeah. Yeah.
not only amongst the cast, but amongst the crew. Like, we were all
Well,
just so grateful to be there.
yeah, right. As a film watcher, you hardly think about the other people that are behind filming and doing all that other important stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
they're the backbone.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so, what did it mean to watch this film with a Wild Rivers audience?
Yeah, very exciting. I mean, I definitely, yeah, very, very excited. Thank you again so much. And I can't, I'm just so honored and kind of blown away.
Well, listen, like I said, we're honored to have you, and it was a fun, wonderful watch. Now, kind of another, I don't know if we call it a no brainer, but receiving the Best Actress award, that's got to be thrilling. So, just give us a little, taste of what that must have felt like.
Yeah, I was shocked. I was not expecting any sort of rewards. I think the making of the film was already a reward in itself, just so pleasurable. But yeah, I'm very grateful and honored.
Well, and I mean, for heaven's sake, you're doing it what you love is what it sounds like for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely, very, very much so.
yeah. So, and did the audience response affirm anything about the performance from everybody, of course?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I very much, I think the performance was I think just an ensemble performance. I think the performance wouldn't have been the way it is without the wonderful actors, like the crew, like the wonderful script. Like I think it's very much everyone everyone's kind of work that really showed
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Now, did that award change how you see this role?
That's a great question. I mean, it's wonderful to feel be acknowledged and
Sure.
to know that this film resonated with folks. I think that really means the m- the most, actually, to me, and I'm sure for Alex as well. Just knowing that you know this film really resonated with audiences, I think it's really like that's all we can really ask for, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm also curious about what age were you when you felt that maybe this was the direction you wanted to go in life?
Yeah. I That's a great question. I would say I knew I loved film just watching films growing up as a kid, but I didn't really take that first step until college. So I started actually acting like a little later than maybe most when,
Oh,
a lot of folks
yeah.
probably started when they're like, young kids. But I would say just in college it was just I've never felt anything like it in terms of being able to investigate. And really, I think acting is very much, investigating and really there's a psychology behind it, which is very fascinating to really understand so many different kinds of people and personalities and
Hmm.
backgrounds. And
Yeah.
I think it's just, yeah,
Eh,
it's a joy.
Well, and that's yeah, that's fantastic. And what was your first foray into acting? Was it the live theater?
It was live theater, yeah, in
Okay.
college.
Okay.
Hmm.
And you talked about movies as what were some of your favorites? Any movies that maybe inspired you to go that direction
Yeah.
also?
Yeah, there's so many favorite ones when I was growing up, but I would say when I was really little, this movie called The Little Princess, which is directed by Alfonso Cuarón, which was a while ago, but that really, I think, made an
Yeah,
impact on
I
me.
I believe I watched that with my granddaughters, if I can
Oh
remember.
my gosh, yeah, it was so good, so heartbreaking, but it's like so beautiful. I can't believe that it's a children's movie, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so what kinds of roles are you hoping to explore next? Do you have any ideas right away or taking a break?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I think I'm definitely taking Lana's like maybe Lana has really inspired me, but I've started to write some of my own short films. So hoping to um potentially direct some of those and maybe maybe do some behind the camera work as well and
Wow,
I
you're
think
gonna you're
yeah.
gonna cover the whole spectrum, the acting world. It sounds like
Yeah.
movies.
Well, I've
Yeah.
tried to.
Well, that's awesome.
Something. Yeah.
And has this project shifted how you think about your work as an actor?
Yeah, I would say definitely. Yeah, I think again, I feel like this is such a love letter to filmmaking. I think it's
Well,
really,
that's a beautiful thing, and especially something
yeah,
that you love doing.
yeah, like opened my eyes to just another possible avenue to continue filmmaking. Um, not only as an actor, but also potentially as a writer, and just how important it is to just I think which having a cast and crew. I think
Yeah.
that's yeah,
Well,
it was just such an amazing experience.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's awesome. We are getting short on time. Sarah, I want to really thank you for joining us here this evening. And like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed the film and urge everybody to watch that film. And it was
Yeah.
just a wonderful experience. I really thank you. And yeah, that's again the film. Sorry, We're Dead. It's funny when I first saw that title, I thought, ooh, I don't know about this, but it turned out this is just totally cool, totally wonderful. So congratulations and thanks again, Sarah.
Thank you so, so much. Really such a pleasure and such an honor to be here to be chatting with you, Rick.
Okay, well, we appreciate it. So thanks for joining us on Wild Rivers Film Radio. The film will screen again Saturday, February 7th at 2 p.m. at the Chetco Community Library in Brookings. And that's it for this episode of Wild Rivers Film Radio. To learn more about the festival, buy passes, volunteer, or explore sponsorship opportunities, visit wildriversfilmfestival.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And we'd like to thank recording, Mr. Michael Gorse, sound mixing and editing, Tom Bozak, producer Sue Wright, and your host, me, Rick McNamer. Thanks again, Sarah. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.